get situated. Dang! This setup is dumb bomb. Like, it's so bomb. I did good. I did good with this. I did good. But this lawn that they're mowing outside, like, they need to stop. Action. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Ashley here, as you guys know. And if y'all don't know, what are you doing, sis, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Join the family. Come. Give me your hand, hit that subscribe button, and then keep watching. But no, seriously, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, welcome. So as you guys can tell by the title, in this video today I'll be telling you guys a story time of how I lost my luggage in Jamaica. So for those of you who don't follow me on social media, I did travel to Jamaica previously for my grandmother's 83rd birthday party. No, for those of y'all who are asking, I wasn't on vacation. I didn't like go to the beach or anything. I wasn't a tourist when I went. It was strictly to visit family alone and for business purposes. On with the story. So it was the week before last. My mother and I were the only two that were traveling to Jamaica. I think we left on Thursday, and then we came back Wednesday. My father was already there in Jamaica, and my brother, he was there with my dad, but he had already made his way back to Atlanta because he has to work. So my mother and I traveled with 2 under the plane suitcases, one of which I lost, and we had 2 carry-ons, and then I had my book bag with me. So my mom's suitcase was like this purple and pink striped suitcase design, and it was one of those like hefty suitcases, like the sturdy ones, not the cloth material. And then mine was just it was like a regular cloth suitcase. It was like all red with like black lining. So fast forwarding, we got on the flight, everything was good. We got there safe and sound, thank you God. We got off the flight, we made our way through immigration, and then we headed over to the baggage claim area. When we got our bags, mind you, we were like the first 2 people over there in baggage claim because we were just that ready to go, right? So my mom, she sent me over there. Well, we both walked over there at the same time, but she sent me like around the belt to get the bags, get our suitcases. At the time, the belt strip that usually runs, that the suitcases are rotated on, it wasn't running at the time. So basically the security guard, he had stacked the suitcases like next to each other in this huge pile in the middle of the floor. So my mom sends me over there to get the suitcases. She's standing at the side, you know, she's watching me, of course. We have our carry-ons, I have my book bag, we just need our 2 suitcases. So I scanned the area first. Obviously there's a lot of suitcases, so I see hers automatically because she has like a special design on it. So I get her suitcase, and then I'm scanning the area looking for mine. I only see 1 red suitcase, same size as mine, same layout, like same cloth material, everything. So I'm like, okay, this has to be my suitcase. It was literally identical to my actual suitcase. Yet in the moment, I knew that something was wrong, and I felt like something wasn't right. Something's not right. For one, because we were like rushing, and personally, I don't like being rushed. I feel like I'm always forgetting something, missing something. So I felt rushed. Like I felt like my mom was like, go, like get the suitcase. And I was just like, oh, but I'm trying to make sure it's the right one. So I was like, I kind of felt off about that. And then for 2, I didn't see the special tag that my mom had put on both of our suitcases. Hers was on hers. We have like we had a special, you know, the tags that you put on the suitcases where you write like your name, your home address, your number. So she put 2 like special design tags on both of our suitcases. Hers was on hers, but I didn't see, at the moment, I didn't see the one on my suitcase. But when I was looking at it, she was like, that's the one, grab it, that's the one. So I'm like, okay, so I grabbed it and we were gone. Fast forwarding, we got our suitcases, we went outside, we were waiting on our ride. My uncle was coming to pick us up. And you know, I'm hype, I'm dumb hype, I'm on my phone, I got, you know, Wi-Fi. Thankfully T-Mobile gave me like my 4G, but I needed like that Wi-Fi so I could use social media and things like that. I got the airport Wi-Fi, everything was good. I was on the phone with my friend like, yeah, I made it to Jamaica, I'm here, I'm in Kingston, you know, everything is good. Super oblivious to what's going on. So then my mom, she looks at the red suitcase that was in front of me, and she's like, that's not your suitcase. And I look at it and I'm like, yeah, it's definitely not my suitcase. So then she goes, it's a good thing we didn't see it, you know. We took all of our stuff and then we rushed back to the door that we exited out of to come outside. So there's a security guard standing at the side and he was like, what are you trying to go back in for? We told him we picked up the wrong suitcase. We just want to return this one and get ours. And he's like, okay, well, you can't come in through the same door. He sent us around the corner. He was like, you have to go around the corner into like some office or something, speak to the lady in there and she'll help you out. The lady at the desk, she was like, you know, what can I help you with? I spoke, since it was my suitcase, you know, I told her what the situation was. And let me just say this, and my parents know this too, like Jamaican people on a whole, especially those over like customer service and things like that, they're just so rude. Them just rude. When it comes to going out of their way to like help somebody else or like handling a situation, they're just rude about it. Can we pipe down a few notches now? She wrote down some information on a little notepad or something, and she was like, only one of you guys can go through the back to the security office back there and they'll handle the situation. So of course I went, being that it was my luggage and my mom needed to stay outside with the rest of our things. There was a few people back there. It was like 2 girls sitting at a desk. I guess they were handling like phone calls and stuff. And then there was a lady there. She seemed like the head lady that was over everything, and then there was like security guards like coming in and out. So I spoke with one of the officers, giving him my information, my name. He took my passport, wrote some things down, telling him the description of my bag. Mind you, the time frame that we took the wrong suitcase and I came back in, I want to say it was about not even 20 minutes. We were probably, my mom and I were probably sitting out there for like 12 to 15 minutes before we realized, okay, we grabbed the wrong suitcase. So it really wasn't that long, but it was long enough obviously for somebody to have come and, you know, take my suitcase. So I'm telling him my information. He's like, okay, he's writing it down, he's taking it all in, he's nodding his head. And then he's leaving the office, he's coming back in. He's leaving, he's coming back in. He's asking me more questions, he's leaving, you know, doing his job, whatever. As I'm sitting there, the head lady that I told you guys about, she was asking me more questions, like, I guess like, how long ago did you come in here to get your things? Where are you from? Like, what's your name? I guess it's because I'm young and because I'm from America. They just treated me like I wasn't one of them, you know, which I'm not, but they treated me real dumb, like I was stupid. Like when she was asking me questions, it just felt, I don't really know how to explain it. Like you'd have to be there to understand what I'm saying, but if you can catch on to what I'm saying, I just got treated like I was nothing, like I wasn't even there trying to pick up my belongings. Like I just got treated like real off, you know? So the whole time I'm back there, like I said, I had Wi-Fi outside, but then when I was in the office, I had lost Wi-Fi, but I still had my 4G. So I was still able to text my mom and everything. I wasn't able to go on any apps or anything. Those weren't working without Wi-Fi. So we have this app called WhatsApp, and it's a free app where you're allowed to, if you guys have like family overseas, you probably know what I'm talking about. You can speak internationally to people without using, like without paying anything. So you can speak, you can talk internationally to people, you can video chat them, call them for free, everything free, send voice memos for free. So my mom and I usually use that when we're talking, but it wasn't working, so I was texting her instead. So she was trying to call me through WhatsApp the whole time, but I couldn't get WhatsApp up on my phone. She got it outside because she had, you know, Wi-Fi and service like that. The whole time I'm contacting my mother and I'm like demanding that she comes inside, because at this point I'm like shaking, I'm nervous. The officer, he's not telling me much at this point. Mind you, I'm in there for like 45 minutes. It felt like eternity. And then the worst part about it, everything was in my bag. Like clothes, I didn't care about that much because, you know, you can always buy clothing back. But things like my makeup was in there, like my Fenty Beauty. My Fenty Beauty. My wig. Jesus Father. My wig was in, like, I don't play about, like, y'all know, like, my hair is always laid, my face is always slayed, my skincare products were in there, and I was like, bro, like my spin brush, all of that, like all that stuff was in there, and I was just like, I can't. I'm gonna insert some messages right here of me and my mom when we were texting, because I was literally like shaking, like I was literally on the verge of crying when I was in there. So I'm texting her and I'm like, it's not here, it's gone, they're trying to contact the person. Oh yeah, so they had took the the person's tag that was on their suitcase, the one that I accidentally took, they were trying to contact that person to see if they were still at the airport, to see if they took my luggage, you know, on mistake, or if it was somebody else. They couldn't get in contact with them. So I'm like, call me on WhatsApp, call me on WhatsApp. But of course that wasn't working. So I said, at least text me back. She was like, I've been calling you. I said, I have no Wi-Fi. She said, what's happening now? I'm like, they're not telling me anything. She was like, I'm trying, Ash. And I'm like, can you just demand to come in here? I'm like, can you just come, just come? And I know the lady said, you know, only one person at a time, but I'm like, please just come, just come. Like, I was so distraught. So then, she's like, okay, Jesus help. I don't know what she meant by this. Jesus help in Jesus' name. I think she meant like Jesus help in Jesus' name. My mom, she be texting weird sometimes, but yeah. So I think she was just like praying like through text, like saying like, God help, please help. So I'm like, Mom, seriously. So I'm like, Mom, seriously, can we please be realistic right now and ask to come in here? I said, I don't need to be in here by myself. Mind you, I'm sending these messages like 1 minute apart from each other. So when she's not replying like back to back, I'm getting even more scared. I'm like, Mom. So then she's like, they say that I can't come back in. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. And then she's like, Ashley, the phone is not ringing. Like, it was just a whole bunch. So then she was like, ask them for a number that you can call back to check. So that's what I did. So they gave me the airport number that we could call back the next morning to check. So, you know, she was praying, all of that. So after an eternity, it felt like, the officer that was helping me out, he came back in and he was like, I'm trying to get in contact with the person, but they're not answering. There's nothing that I can do right now. Here's the number of the airport. You can call back tomorrow. You can call Delta back tomorrow, and we can see if we can find your suitcase. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm screwed. Like, my life is over. Like, my stuff is gone. So the suitcase that I had took on accident, they told me to leave that there with them, obviously, just in case that person was looking for their belongings as well. So I went outside, and don't ask me how my dad got there. Well, maybe he came with my uncle, but when I saw him, I was like, how did you get here? I didn't say that to him. Like, I was still so shocked about the whole situation. I couldn't even fathom to like speak about like, how did you get here? Like, I was just like, my head was down. I was just so sad. I was so sad, and I busted out crying. Like, I was over it. Losing your stuff, that's crazy. So anyways, we get in the car the whole way to my grandma's house. I'm looking out the window like a sad puppy dog, like, dang, like, I lost my stuff. Like, honestly, guys, I felt like it was just over for me, honestly and true. That night I had to sleep in my dad's basketball shorts and like his Adidas shirt. And guys, I had to use, for underwear, I had to use swimsuit, like bikini bottoms. It was a struggle, y'all. Like, it was a struggle for real. But thankfully, like, in my book bag, I had stuff to clean up with. Like, I had like wipes, and I mean, of course I showered and stuff, but I had like, you know, like my wipes, my phone, my charger, like my essential things I had in my book bag. So that was good. But as far as like my other valuable things, all in my suitcase. So that night I got really bad sleep. Like, I literally kept having nightmares about, like, real talk, I had nightmares about whoever had my suitcase. They like took things out of it and they only left me with like the bare minimum. I was tossing and turning all night. I woke up like just sad all over again. Like, it just wasn't a good feeling. The next morning my mom called the airport. She called the number that I took from them as soon as they opened, which was 9 o'clock. They kept giving her like the runaround and everything about the suitcase. So she was on the phone with them, I think twice. They finally called her back like an hour and a half later. Y'all, the suitcase never left the airport. Crosses. I said, what? I was like, this don't even add up. It literally did not add up. So y'all had me in that security office all night last night when the suitcase was there. It was left at the airport. Like, nobody took my suitcase. So that means to tell me either the people in the office were not doing their job right, or they just did not care enough to even like search for it. I was honestly so mad, because I'm like, wow, like, I could have had my stuff last night, but like, really dude. And that just goes to show like the bad customer service was making people terrible. So anyways, they told my mom to come pick it up before 4 o'clock that day. So we had to wait on, being that we didn't rent a car down there, we had to wait on my uncle and my dad to come back with my uncle's vehicle. Or no, I lied. We were actually gonna do that, but we actually got a ride from somebody else. So we got a ride. We got to the airport literally like 3 something, and they took forever to give me my luggage, but I finally got it, and I'm just like, thank you, God. Even though it was one night, you know, I'm pretty dramatic, so it felt like an eternity. Like the whole time, it was honestly awful. So we got the suitcase, everything was good. The only issue that I had was like the whole runaround that they gave us from the night before, even up until we got the suitcase, was just terrible. But I'm good. Nothing was touched. All my stuff was there. My wig was there. My Fenty Beauty was there. My shoes were there. Clothes were there. Skincare products, hair products, everything was there. So I'm very grateful for that. When I tell y'all, my family was praying. Like, we was praying for real. Like, we was touching and agreeing, 2 or 3 together. It just wasn't a good experience. It was a bad experience. Yeah. That's the first time anything like that ever happened to me. And it's crazy because I haven't been on a plane since I was, sheesh, 12, I wanna say. I wanna say it was 12, that's the last time I traveled. I was like, wow, like this is my first time traveling in a long time and this happens. That was my story time, guys. It wasn't too much. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Comment what other videos you guys want to see. I will be doing a wig review next. That should be the next video up on my channel. Please turn the bell notifications on down below so that you do not miss another one of my videos. Thank you guys for tuning in, sticking with me. Only up from here, like I've been saying, God's willing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.